Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Words for Life. Today is number 30, and I quote, "Saying thank you will take you one step closer to heaven." Words for Life, number 30. Saying thank you will take you one step closer to heaven. Thank you, Lord God, Master Okawa. All right, so as Master said in the afterword of this Kyoten, we have to contemplate on these words and reflect on ourselves. When I was contemplating on this, one thought crossed my mind is what's the opposite of thank you? And what's the opposite? And if there is an opposite of being saying thank you, that means that it could be one step closer to hell. It's taking us one step closer to hell. So I was thinking, what is the opposite of thank you? And what I thought was obviously lack of appreciation, meaning taking things for granted, or taking it even a little more hellish, having the sense of entitlement, that I am a person entitled to receive this certain whatever. So this sense of entitlement, a sense of I have to be given this, the sense of not being grateful for what we're being given, I felt is actually, it takes us one step closer to hell. So those were my thoughts, right? And then when I started thinking like that, the self-reflection part kicked in. I was talking, I was seeing myself from my guardian spirit's view, and I'm checking myself how I was yesterday or the week before, or even today up until this time right now. I've noticed that I have been taking so many things for granted. For example, this morning I was hungry, so I had a big breakfast. I had 2 slices of toast with the Irish butter. One of my friends told me about this, that you can buy at Trader Joe's, and it's so delicious. So with Irish butter on it, and I ate a banana, and I also had a cup of applesauce, and I had a cup of milk, a glass of milk. And, I just made my breakfast, and I came downstairs, and I started reading Master's Kyoten, getting prepared for the morning prayers. And, going across this today's Words for Life, I was like, was I grateful for the fact that I had food to eat on the table today? 2 slices of bread. I do not know how to mix water and flour and yeast to make bread. I don't have that time. I don't have those resources. I don't have that material. However, just by going to the supermarket for a very cheap price, I can buy a loaf of bread, which means there were people behind it who were first off, people working at the grocery store putting out that from the storage, and into the storage, it was probably sent because of the truckers, thanks to the truckers, moving everything for us in the country. And then there was probably also a place where they, not manufacturing, but they created this bread, right? And then there's also the people who's growing that flour and the yeast, making the yeast. So if you think like this, just for the fact that I had 2 slices of bread to eat more in the morning, there were so many different people's efforts behind it. And if you start looking at the world like this, it's endless. There is an endless amount of people's work and people's love, people's inventions, people's goodwill behind everything for the fact that we're being alive today. So we're not living. So there you go. My life itself, it's something given, but didn't I take it for granted? So yeah, if you start thinking like this, it goes on forever. The list goes on forever. And the more you think like this, naturally, it makes me feel how stupid I was, because I was a little tired this morning, didn't have that much motivation. I was even thinking like, it's going to be really tough for me to go out to do missionary work today. But as I'm speaking about this, as I'm thinking about how grateful I should have been, I naturally get this feeling of I have to pay back to society because there was so much goodwill behind the fact that I'm living. So let me repay their kindness. And then it's like you naturally want to give love. Let's say that you were on the other side of thank you. I'm entitled for this. I have to have this. If you have that mentality, this is coming from my experience and it's written in Master's teachings, you become a endless pit and you continue sucking and sucking and sucking people's energy, people's love, and you will never know contentment. You will continue on feeling that you never have enough. And when we die, our mindset is what leads to heaven or hell. And if you had those thoughts while you're alive, obviously you're going to go to a place where everyone else is wanting to take, which is a place called hell. So, thank you is not just a moral value, it's a spiritual, religious value that leads you to the heavenly world. And if you think it like this, wow, how deep is it? How amazing is it to receive this one short sentence? It can lead many people out of the misery called hell and lead many people to go back up to heaven. So I'm truly grateful for Master Okawa, Lord Alcantara's work and this Kyoten. What did you think? Please leave your comments in the comment section. And thank you so much for listening. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.